Well, hey everyone, it's time to say thank you, thank you, thank you. As we head toward the end of this year, there is so much to celebrate that we have been able to do together. And each of you have been a part of it with all of us as we give from our financial resources together. Listen, God can do everything He wants and doesn't need our help, but He invites us to be a part of what He's doing. And so it's so good for us to do that, to trust Him, to take a step, and then to see what happened. In fact, many, approaching 1,000 people this year have given a financial gift to Canyon Ridge for the first time, which is such a huge step of trust, of obedience, and inviting God to do great things. And we're just celebrating and hoping so much good is emerging as you take those steps. And many of the rest of us have been continuing to give, and we get to do so much more together than we could ever do separately. It's worth celebrating. Like the hundreds who have been through Discover Canyon Ridge, finding out what kind of being and making disciples God is inviting every single one of us to. And out of that, so many people taking really great steps. Over 400 have been to volunteer orientation, with literally hundreds joining on to teams where not only do they get to offer the good of their lives to other people, but receive support and community as they be and make disciples. So good. And we cannot forget the hundreds upon hundreds who have given their life to Jesus in baptism this year. What an important step to identify as part of Jesus' family. People are taking steps right and left toward being and making disciples, and we all got to be a part of that. So good. Let's talk about the next generation. We've seen a 40% increase in our student ministry over the last year and 35% in our young people, which means that because of the way we give together, because of the way we serve together, we're serving families in some of the most important years of their lives, having generational impact. Such a big deal, so worth celebrating. In fact, a special moment for our students and kids this summer where over 600 got to be a part of a summer camp of some kind, and we got to support them financially with our church giving $100,000 above and beyond what we normally give so that no family would be left out. So good. And in a time and a season in our economy where things can be really challenging, especially for some, we've been able to offer benevolence and support a number of ministries in town that help people in some of the most difficult seasons of their life. There's so much we get to do together. I want to say thank you, and what a privilege for us to do that together. And I want to say keep going, because God has more in mind. As we start to turn the corner into 2025 and look ahead at what God has, there are so many good things. We need to give some love to this campus that serves and trains and sends out so many different people. You'll see over this year some caretaking, some updating for the things that we get to use to serve others. But of course, well beyond our physical campus, the most important thing we do is help people be and make disciples. Our focus has been on that, will be on that. We just know God is inviting us forward all the time to enjoy Him more, to savor Him more, to become like Him, and to point people in His direction. We are all about being and making disciples. And so I want to encourage you to continue on your journey as well. Whether you're one of those who gave a gift for the first time or you've been giving for a long time, God is always inviting us to stretch and challenge forward. As we be and make disciples, giving is such a fundamental part of that. In fact, as awesome as it is to rehearse all the great things that we've been able to do together, let's not forget the things God has done in us as we trust Him more and more. Giving back just a portion of what He's given us and watching how much more He can do with a portion of what we have than we could ever do with all of it. He's just so good. He's so worth celebrating, and isn't it awesome to be in this together? Thank you, and let's keep going.